All right. So Sunday night I did a watch list and I said this is going to be a well. Grab a Snickers bar because there are so many good setups in this market. You just have to really pay attention. So the first thing I want to note, I completely agree with Sammy's analysis. I've been telling my traders, guys, we're going to experience a very urgent move to all time highs, very likely. And I've been saying that for over a week. However, a couple of just if you look at the price volume analysis of the Qs, you're at your most traded volume here. Okay, so this 521.50. Okay, in this distribution top. So when we came in, we made a new week high in February of 2025, and then had basically a massive two-wave corrective lower. Okay, that most traded volume is where we're at. So there's some potential overhead supply here that the market is dealing with. In order to have price acceptance in the auction here for move to all-time highs, we do need to see that that absorption, okay, and that positive order flow. Once we get price acceptance over 522.50, 523, I expect a really quick move to 537.82. The obvious catalyst would be a positive earnings result from NVIDIA that is well received by the market and takes us higher. But we are at a key inflection point here in terms of the overall auction. In terms of the spiders, and I'm going to get into my watch list here in a second. I just want to add these comments. I think this commentary is important. I completely agree with Derek. This is the line in the sand I have, 573.25. Okay, it's the convergence of the 21, the 200. Okay, and the third highest volume node at 573.50. Okay, if we fail 573.50, you get a very quick move to the point of control, the most traded volume on the spiders, which we take it at 559.04. Okay, so you got a bit of a air gap here in terms of transactional interest in the market. So we could be in a situation where if we crack this here, anchored VWAP takes you to approximately the same level, 558 to 555. Okay, and it could get momentarily kind of a ugly air pocket, so to speak. As far as today's concerned, we've been watching this Unity software. It's a sort of a putative kind of inverse head and shoulders. It's more of a V bottom and a platform, whatever you call it. 2307. You can see they popped the cork on the champagne bottle this morning, and I'm taking this to this declining top line up here. Anchor VWAP above 226.72 looks solid. If they get through that, okay, and take out the highs of 28, you're looking at a move to 30. That's a Unity software. LTBR. We took this one long. This is a little bit of a more riskier play because it was already into day 3, but you can see here the doji sandwich. It's almost a 1, 2, 3, but the bar is a little outside the range there. This one to me has had the momentum to take it long. I'm looking for a measured move off the lows to the rim there. So that's a significant 9-point move. Love it. Royal Gold waiting for that declining tops line. I think we're going to have big trouble in Little China, or in this case, big trouble in Little Japan. And I'm looking for position play here in Royal Gold, break of the declining tops line with volume, and a two-wave corrected back to 204. Tesla, we've been long Tesla since it cracked 294, was 294.86. I still have a few calls left. We're in the 300s here, and I'm looking for tomorrow a little bit of additional doji sandwich to 364.60 for a move to 400, at which point I think Tesla's going to clench its chest and roll over with a heart attack. NVEE, this one, I don't even know what these people do, honestly, but you have a beautiful bull flag there on the day, 2261 buy stop. TLN, a beautiful, it's kind of a W base. It's not quite a cup and handle, but I'm watching that break of the 240, 249.50, 260 for a measured move off the lows. Looks great. Uber, this one's already gone a lot, okay, but you got a bit of a cheat entry there on the daily buy setup. I'm looking for a break of 93.62. Carvana, we called the actionable long there through 311.88. And I think Carvana has a measured move off the lows, and I think it's going much higher. You got to watch the price of used cars. It's been going absolutely crazy. DY high tide flag through 228.37. This is a low volume one, so I can't alert this one, but I love the fact that you you dipped, price rejection under 135, and now you're flagging. Loma, this is an Argentinian name, I believe. You had a beautiful declining topside break, a two-wave corrective. I'm looking for them to build a right side base here, a handle, and then a break of the highs for 14.17. Domo, we alerted this one over the weekend. This is in the software space, which has been really great. The cybersecurity and software names have been fantastic, and you can see here the 1, 2, 3 through 11.67, and I believe you're going to get a measured move off the lows at 6.80. Twilio, so you had a minor base breakout through 108.86. Now I'm looking for an extended base. It's going to need a couple of weeks, okay? You have some overhead supply absorption here, okay? But I'm looking for them to fill the gap into the 139 handle. TTD, and you notice a lot of these still names that are mostly immune to the tariff thing. The trade desk here, the online advertising name, looking for a move back to the daily 200 SMA, potentially a gap fill. We'll see. I love how it curled, gave you a volatility contraction pattern. They went through 62.58, which was a trigger, and now we're consolidating. IonQ, hear me out. IonQ. So we smashed this one. My room smashed this one on the 22nd. I went with the QBTS, I think, whatever. I mean, it was a ridiculous move. I believe they're going to take out these highs here through 49. This sector is absolutely crazy. It defies reason and logic. Okay, we are nowhere near having working what are these people called, quantum computers, but the hype is real. INCY, you had an inverse head and shoulders break. I'm waiting for them to get this past 67.50 for an ad, and you just got to watch this declining top sign right here. Right there, it looks like fun in the sun. So once they get through the declining line and start basing around 67.70, that looks great. SERV, if you like rounding bottoms here, I think you're in leg 2 of 3, and I'm looking for 19. CDE, we took this one a couple of weeks ago off the 785 break. It's a gold play. It's one of my favorite patterns. So it's we'll call it a tricky dick. So when you have a base that dips, shakes everybody out, and takes out the bears, absolutely love it. It's a pain trade. I'm looking for like $12, $13. MIR, looking for the polarity shift. So basically, you had a little bit of a falling wedge snapback here, two-legged corrective move. I'm looking for the retest of 1882 and a base, and then I think it goes. AS, you see a lot of high tight flags in this watch list. I think you have a $7 to $8 extension here off of Amer Sports. AGX, looking for a falling wedge snapback, retest of 190.32. Beautiful rounding bottom base here, and I'm looking for a measured move off the lows. CrowdStrike, I couldn't resist. I had to take this one long again last week through 454. 590 is my target. Looking for this ascending line, this angle of ascent here. So basically looking for this to go to 590 here. Looks amazing. Robinhood has been incredible. Absolute stud of a mover. Now, not quite a cup, but close enough. Now I'm looking for a right side base, the equivalent of a handle, to continue absorbing some of this left side overhead supply. You notice a very, very high volume here in this move before the correction. So I'm looking for absorption, consolidation, and then a break of $67. STX, this sector here has been neglected terribly. Seagate, I think, is really well positioned for the rest of the year to give us a measured move off the 65.90 low. Okay, so I'm looking for at least 40 more points here to the, I guess the 618 extension. The full measured move takes you to 166. AVGO, I cannot get enough of this one. You have a trigger at 237.21 and 250.45. I think this thing flies for a full measured move off the lows. Looks incredible. TPC, guys, watch the infrastructure names. we're supposed to be going into a recession. The construction and infrastructure stocks don't seem to mind. 237 and a quarter. You have a major. This is a high tide flag, right? And it's a giant measured move. It's about 15-point measured move. Looks phenomenal. CCJ.
Okay, JR.
Trump uranium mania. Okay, I'm looking for this one to build a strong right side base and give us a move to about $74, $76. Fastenal. This is another freaking kraken. This needs another week or two, okay, and then a break of 41.80 for $42. $7 measured move higher. Beep up. I'm almost done. Sorry.
Let's make it quick.
106.81. The trigger. Looking for 127. AAP was on the watch list on Sunday. I think Sammy took this one, so I don't need to go over it. Fantastic. NTES. Looking for a pullback to 124.18. I think it's got really good momentum. Road, we called this one out in the room for Tuesday. Some of our traders took it, and I'm looking for 124.50, maybe 128. NASDAQ. I mean, these charts look amazing to me. Very, very strong. Another one that needs to build maybe another right side base. You need to absorb some of this prior high volume overhead supply, and then break of 83.87. I think you have yourself a $19 measured move higher, which looks amazing. Two more here. IBM, absolute stud move off the 200. We need a week or two, build a right side base. 269.25. Your breakout, and it's a $50 measured move higher. ARM finally took out the 200, took out the pivot high anchored VWAP, and I'm looking for the distribution top break at 154.19. So that's the watch list this week.